Hi, friends, and welcome to the Autoimmune Mom Podcast. I'm your host, Allie. This is a space for moms navigating life with autoimmune disease, the exhaustion, the guilt, the strength it takes to show up, and the hope that we can still live full, meaningful lives even when our bodies make things harder. Each week, we'll have honest conversations with moms living with autoimmune disease, share practical support, and remind each other we are not alone in this journey. Before we dive in, if this podcast resonates with you, it would mean so much to me if you would follow or subscribe wherever you're listening, leave a review, and share this episode with another mom who needs it. You can also connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Autoimmune Mom Podcast, where I share encouragement, resources, updates about new episodes. If you're looking for extra support, you can download my free Autoimmune Mom Survival Guide through the link in my bio. Let's get into today's episode. Welcome back to the show, everybody. I am here today with a special guest, Tita. She's coming from Canada, my first Canadian guest. So super excited to get Tita's story out there and to share with you what she's doing in her business to help moms with autoimmune. So we should have a good episode here for you. So Tita, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I'm really happy to meet you and get you on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you. So why don't we start just with your autoimmune story? So from early symptoms to when you went to a doctor to a diagnosis and all of that.
Yeah. So I started a coaching business, uh, and I've always had like some chronic issue that I'm dealing with, but not really. Um, so and the mentality was, uh, I need to get this business off the ground, get it running, and then I'll really take care of my body. Yeah, so it didn't work out that way because one morning I was getting out of the shower and I was brushing my hair, and then huge chunk of my hair fell off.
My goodness.
Yeah, and then I was like feeling the side of my head, and it was this really big smooth spot. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, what is this?
Yeah.
It's a really weird feeling because you don't feel smoothness on your side of your head.
Yeah.
So something was off, and turned out like I think it was like this side
Oh my
is
gosh.
completely bald. There was no hair left. So I went to the doctor, and they took some blood tests, and then I had to wait for them to call me back, and they called me back, and here in Canada, if the doctor calls you back, they found something. The lady on the phone assured me it was not urgent, so I was like, okay, maybe there's just some vitamin deficiency or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Hopeful.
You hope.
Yeah.
And then that day came where I got the call from the doctor, and he was like, "Oh, your ANA, which is an autoimmune marker, really high." I was like 1 to 1260 or something like that,
Okay.
which really really high.
Yeah.
And he's like, "We gotta test you for lupus." I'm like, "Lupus? You told me it's not urgent. I think lupus is pretty urgent,
Yeah.
right?"
How much time has gone by since you had like the blood work to now you're talking to the doctor about testing again? Is it a long time or just
I had the hair loss, and then it was
yeah,
like a month when I went to the doctor.
okay.
Um, and then it was like a week or so after they came back with the results.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
not too bad. Yeah,
Mhm.
as
Mhm.
far as timeline goes.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I heard people they take sometimes takes a long time to see someone for it.
For sure, there's
Mhm.
a lot of well, autoimmune diseases are hard to diagnose because the testing everybody's body reacts differently to the autoimmune disease. So what
Mhm.
might show on mine for rheumatoid might not show on someone else who has rheumatoid too. So it just makes it
Mhm.
and, it can look like a million different other things. It can look like Lyme disease, it can look like lupus, it can it can look like psoriatic, it can look, like everything. So, yeah, it's not uncommon for a lot of people that I talk to that they go years sometimes without a diagnosis trying to figure it all out. But it'd be interesting to hear the difference between the medical system in Canada versus here, because I hate it here right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, okay, so then you went back and had more labs drawn?
Yeah, I waited, I think 3 or 4 months to see a rheumatologist. So I went to the rheumatologist and yeah, based on my hair loss, because I had really significant hair loss, and she found some uh mouth sore or something. She was like, "Wow, that's a really huge mouth sore." I'm like, "Oh my God," you know. And
That must have been painful.
no, I didn't feel any pain. That's the
Oh,
thing.
really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's a
'cause
blessing.
yeah. Um, yeah, so I went to her, so she said she's based on my hair loss and the sore that she found, um, and my high ANA, she's like sure that I have lupus. Um, but she said we need to do some more testing, so I had to go get some more scan, for my because it can affect other like organs too. So I had to get my heart a scan for my heart, my jaw, some other places I can't remember, and
Okay.
some other blood tests too, more specific blood tests.
Mhm.
Um, so I yeah, so I went to get it, and then I went back to see her, and then she was like, it was I don't know what specifically, but something show up for I don't know how to say it, but syngroin, something that affects the eye and the mouth, syngroin
Symptoms?
syndrome, like dry
Yeah.
eye and dry mouth. It's one of the autoimmune where it affects those areas. But I didn't have symptoms at the moment, so it's really difficult too because like I don't even know because I was like, so if I have a blood test, does that mean that I have lupus?
Yeah.
She's like, no, it doesn't necessarily mean it.
Mhm.
And then and then it has to be paired with symptoms, right? So before I went to, well, even before just when the doctor said lupus, I was like, no, no, I can't have this.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I have a business to run and my kids, like, what am I gonna do? Like, my kids need me.
How old are
I,
your kids?
they're 7, oh, they're 8 and 11 right now.
Okay. And how long have you been going through this? Just recently diagnosed?
Not 2024,
Okay.
not 2025, actually, October 2024.
Okay.
Yeah, if I
Yep.
remember correctly. Yeah. Um, so I didn't wait for like for him to confirm or anything because, so I changed my diet, I exercised, I reduced my stress, and I went back to energy medicine. Like I knew it previously, but that at that time I'm like, I don't have time to do this stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So
Well, I think
yeah,
as mothers, we push our own health to the sideline. We're busy.
yeah,
We've got things to do. And until there's a 5 alarm fire, we're just kind of like, okay, and then
yeah.
all of a sudden we have to do something. We can't live like this anymore. So I'd be interested to hear how you changed your diet. What was it previously? And then what changes did you make?
Well, previously I'm not a really bad, like, my diet is not bad at all. It's just, well, I think for me, I eat a lot of carb because I grew up in an Asian household where rice is a huge part of our diet.
Hmm.
So I cut down on carb and I followed what, uh, there's like an autoimmune protocol.
Yep. AIP.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
I followed that for a bit and cut out inflammation food, pepper, um,
Yeah, like the nightshades.
the
So
nightshades,
peppers. Yeah.
yeah,
Um,
and gluten for a
eggplant.
bit too. Gluten, I cut out gluten
Yeah.
for a bit as well. and just eat more vegetable. I also did some intermittent fasting, and just
Did you find success with that?
I found success with that. And I did a little bit of movement. But to be honest, I think that's one area that I really did not really go too much into.
Yeah.
Um, and and so the diet changed, but I think what really helped me the most is like really reduce my stress too. Like, 'cause
And how did
stress,
you what steps did you take to do that?
uh, the first one that I really lean into was energy medicine that I studied previously but didn't have time to do. So it's just basically balancing my system, my energetic system. So it's for optimized healing, and also the big one that I work on is called the triple warmer. It's an
Okay.
energetic system that is responsible for the fight or flight.
Yep.
So it's what you call it, the general that is like determining whether there's war, or like if there's, because autoimmune is like your system is attacking your organs, right?
Right.
So the triple warmer is the person that decide this is an enemy, or this is a threat, and let's throw things at it. So I work a lot with that, just training it to not feel like I'm stressing over something. It's not a threat to the body. So cease fire, do not fire.
Yes. So is this like mental practices like that? How do you go about turning that, warrior off?
With a specific pathway that you trace that help train the system not to be hyper vigilant, not to be on attack mode.
Huh?
Yeah, so it's just really simple things that you can do anywhere, anytime, and doesn't take very long, a few seconds. Yeah.
Really? Is that
hmm
similar to like the tapping stuff that people do? And
Yeah, yeah. It's because it's points, right? It's the pathway that you like. We don't yeah. There's tapping too, because this is the stomach meridian. You can tap it, right?
yeah,
You can tap it because when your body is feeling like over hyper vigilant, and you're in threat mode all the time. So like I said previously, it's the triple warmer that's responsible to keep your body alive. So when it runs out of its when it runs, like, because it takes energy, right,
yes,
to do its job. So if it when it runs out of when it runs out of its own energy, it's going to take it from
sources.
other sources.
Hmm.
And one that that it takes from is the spleen, which is responsible for healing, and then it also takes from the stomach meridian as well. Um, so I do a lot of things too, where we also balance the stomach meridian, the spleen meridian, so we can take some back of it. So we can take the energy back from the triple warmer back to those energy systems.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
um, hmm
This is an avenue I've not really gone down much on. I don't know too much about this,
yeah,
so it's kind of fascinating.
it is fascinating.
How do you get involved? How did you get involved in it?
Um, well, I'm a coach, so I'm always looking for ways to help my clients, and way for health also. And I'm also, when I do things, I'm always like, there's got to be another way, right? There has
Yeah,
to be another way. So that's how I found that, because I'm always looking for other ways. Like, I don't,
gotcha.
look for like things that are readily available and just kind of try to see some other like explore other avenues that is not as you know
Yeah, not so
available.
mainstream. Yeah,
Not
you
so mainstream, yeah.
yeah. I did about 4 years without medications, maybe 5, 4 to 5
Mhm.
years, and I was trying to do as much holistically as I could between diet, and I worked with a kinesiologist, so we did a lot of food testing, like, every month I was being tested for, because you can grow an intolerance to something if you overeat it, and then if you cut it out, you can actually bring it back, in moderation, but some things you shouldn't, some things you can, but anyways, but he did a lot of healing as far as, a lot of different parasite healings and things like that, so
Mhm. Mhm.
it was at the same time, I was also doing chiropractic care and, uh, um, acupuncture. That word just lost my I lost that word for a minute there. I was doing NFC, I think is what it's called. All this, like, crazy stuff, just anything to keep me from being back on the biologics or, DMARDs, any of those medications that I had to take, and I probably did it about 2 years too long, because I do have some joint damage, uh, from it. My biggest trigger is absolutely stress, and that is something I hear from a lot of people too. And that's something that's very difficult to train yourself um to lower your stress or to handle it better, or like I didn't even know I was stressed because I was just always in that, you were saying, fight or flight mode. Like it just felt normal to be in the fight mode all the time. And I just now I have to, okay, you actually are stressed out right now. I have to like remind myself that this is not normal and I need to calm down and move forward in another way to help alleviate it. So is that what you're doing in your coaching career right now?
Yeah, so my coaching is I do nervous system regulation and just basically my priority is safety in the body. Because if the body doesn't feel safe, then you have, with example, autoimmune, right? Your immune system gets confused and starts attacking the body. And also in like in terms of business for women, particularly ambitious women who has their like big goals, big life, and it's going to come with lots of stress,
Hmm.
right? It's going to
For
come with lots
sure.
of stress. So what I do is to like I I don't promise a stress-free life because that's impossible.
As
So what I do is I raise their stress tolerant with nervous system regulation, and so that they can handle like the higher stress to be able to live the kind of life that they want to live, the high performance life. So that's just through um, creating like small micro things that they can do to train their system to feel safe again, and to they don't, for example, for autoimmune, right, that like you're not like, for example, go into like a high intensity stressful business sprint and end up with flare for like 2 weeks.
yes, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Hmm.
So what practices do you put into play? Like, can you give us an example of something that you might have a client of yours do to try to regulate that or elevate their stress barrier?
um well, I try to do it so that they don't have, it's not an extra things to do, not something to add to their list. And then I also try to integrate it into their daily lives. Um, so one way I do that is so I have specific, like I said earlier, there's specific traits that you can do to help train your system. The one that I use the most is called the triple warmer smoothie. So it's just basically you tracing uh, the warmer, and then over time as you do that, it helps tell your system that it is safe, that you're not in danger, that there's no need to go into attack mode. So what I do is I ask them, what is the one thing that you do every day, and even better if it's like multiple times a day that you just absolutely hate.
Cooking?
And uh,
That
and
would be it
then
for me.
what is it? Cooking, you said?
Cooking, I hate cooking.
Yeah,
I hate
yeah,
food prepping and meal prepping and what are we eating for dinner and what are we having for lunch? I'm over it.
yeah, yeah. I hear you. Me is
Yeah,
packing lunch.
yeah.
Packing lunch. Yeah,
My kids pack their own lunch now because I can't. They're 13 and 14, so they can pack their own lunch. I took that one off my plate, but we're still responsible
yeah,
for them to be eating dinner every night and that kind of stuff. So
yeah.
yeah. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, no, that's okay. Yeah, so and then I was like, okay, so we're gonna use that to practice the tool, that whatever tool it is that I give them to do. So that's one way. And yeah, so I think that's the best way because one, you train your system. Two, the job that you hate might become at the very least tolerable.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
good. I mean, because there are some days when I don't feel good that I'm just like, I can't do this. And I get like, especially with cooking, I just can't. And then I get depressed and mad and angry that this is how I feel. And I just don't want to do this anymore. And now I have to cook my meals again. And so it's like a vicious cycle for sure. Uh,
Hmm, hmm,
so
hmm.
tools to help keep the stress down when you're doing that. Is that what you're saying?
Um, Not just to keep the stress at the moment, but also to train your system to to handle the stress, even when you're not doing the particular tool that I give you to do, that I give them to
Okay.
do. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Um, so when you are, well, what's the name of your business called?
The name of my business,
The
um,
coaching. You're
Just Tita means coaching. Yeah,
Vietnamese
yeah,
coaching. Okay.
yeah.
Um, and do you have a website?
No, I don't. I operate mostly on my Facebook
Okay.
because I had a website previously and nobody goes to it. So I was like,
Yeah, it's a waste of
yeah.
money. uh, and how long have you been doing the coaching?
I've done it for 4 years, but I've just pivot it to my current nervous system regulation. The last I see year and a bit, maybe year and a half.
Okay.
Mm.
So let's go back a little bit to your diagnosis because I assume the reason that you started the coaching is because you've implemented these tools into your own life and saw great results with the autoimmune and with the stress and things like that. So y- you are you on any medications right now?
No, I'm not on any medication.
Good for you. And you're
Hmm.
feeling good.
Yeah, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
Good. Your hair looks great, so it doesn't look like you're losing any hair.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
um, Yeah, so I guess my question would be, if somebody wanted to try to regulate their nervous system, what's the number one thing that you would suggest for them?
Um, the number one thing I suggest for nervous system regulation, um, um, I would suggest to because a lot of the stress comes from the mind. So I would suggest to be more in the body because the body is because we experience through the body, right? So if you live in the body, especially through the five senses, touch, smell, sight, um, focus more on those sensations without narrating in your head, and just be
Okay.
more present in your day. For example, I started this previously. I'm not previously, like recently. Like walking to work or whatever, I would just be like, "Oh my God, look at look at the green on the leaf,"
Okay.
right?
Yep.
And just kind of. focus it and appreciate it, if you're like appreciating the sight, appreciating like even just your feet touching on the ground, it's it tells your body that you are here, that you are solid in the ground, and you have time to appreciate the green leaves.
Mhm.
Like there's no danger because you are able um to
Almost
be
like
in
you're in
appreciation.
gratitude. Yeah, you're in
Yeah, yeah, gratitude, yeah.
yes,
So
and
that's the first step, yeah.
okay.
Mhm.
I've heard that a lot as far as, like, your mind like, a lot of people that have such high anxieties with autoimmune diseases, and if you have or you are in a state of high anxiety, if you can say 3 things you're grateful for, like, your brain can't do 2 things like that at once.
Mhm.
It
Mhm.
can't be anxious and grateful. It can only be grateful if you practice it. So even people who are with high anxiety in this moment, it's like, "Okay, let's snap out of it, write down 3 things I'm grateful for, let's focus on those," like what you're saying, go outside, see the green grass, get in touch with nature, uh
Mhm.
basically movement to get yourself out of this situation that you know that
Mhm.
the anxiety because and a lot of people have that anxiety things like around taking different medications uh,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
a
for
lot of us have
sure.
to take and
Yeah.
that's been helpful to me to sort of retrain my brain to thinking like okay now I'm taking this infusion but I'm actually trying to envision that this medication is healing my cells, it's fixing my cells, it's like going into my body and it's calming down the inflammation and I'm feeling better. And that really helped me because I was, I'd say, pretty paranoid and scared to death to take some of these medications that I've taken because they're not, when you read the side effects, they're not good. Um, but when I was made that switch in my head to mentally take a second and no, this medication is helping me. It's healing my cells. It's lowering my inflammation, and kind of like using affirmations, sort of. Um,
Mhm.
that was a big jump for me. Do you? Do you? I've talked about this before a little bit. See people with trauma being um, their nervous systems are all messed up. Like a lot of people will say to me, if my diagnosis came after I had this huge stress period in my life and, my sibling passed away or my mother passed, like they have these big stressful traumas events and then they're constantly stuck in the fight or flight, as you were saying, and then the autoimmune disease develops and then bam, here we are. I'm wondering if you've noticed that in your practice.
Yeah, for sure, right? Because again, trauma creates fear
Hmm.
and it leaves a mark in the body, and the body cannot feel safe with that.
Yes.
So if you don't um, um, do something to release it from the body, then then your body gets stuck in fight or flight, and then over time, it can be not just autoimmune, any kinds of illness, because when you're stuck in fight or flight, a lot of energy and resources is diverted to running away from whatever it is that your body is constantly fearing. And that means less resources for healing, less resources for fighting infection, less resources for digestion.
Excuse me.
So yeah. Hmm.
For digestion, yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, interesting. I do think that there is a piece of that to
Hmm.
any illness that, unresolved traumas that have happened. Um, so when you left the doctor with the lupus diagnosis and Sojourns or whatever the other one is that I have trouble saying too, you changed your diet and you said you did this energetic work. Is there anything else that you tried, maybe tried and didn't work or,
I took supplement also because I also see a naturopath. So I took supplement, and I was deficient in vitamin D too. So I did that. I took that as well. Um, and No, I don't think so. I just changed my diet and really work on my energy, um, balancing my energy, and be more mindful of living my life like with reduced stress and being more in the present moment and having more gratitude, right? They always say
Hmm.
gratitude and
Yeah.
appreciation, and also doing the work I do because um, working with working with clients and jumping on calls with clients to help regulate their nervous system in turn also helps me regulate with mine as well.
Uh,
And
Yeah. When you feel
yeah.
fulfilled in your own work, it makes your life um, have more meaning, I think.
Mhm. Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I'm in real estate. I love helping people. I love helping people. That's why I do real estate. It's not even really any other reason. I just really it's almost selfish. I love helping people. And however I can do that through my podcast, that's why I do this. I love to help other moms out there who are struggling
Mm.
um to feel a little bit less alone. So yeah, I think that that is a big part of it too because if you're miserable in whatever your work life or family life or it's a constant cycle of negativity and you really have to I think when you're living with an autoimmune disease find something that lights your soul
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
especially with things like rheumatoid it's very painful and it's very dark and it's very depressing so I love that you found something that you can help others but it helps yourself like I was saying it's almost kind of selfish.
Who isn't selfish,
I know.
at some level? Like, come on, who we're trying to kid? Like, everybody is looking out for themselves. Even, you know what? If everybody's just looking about themselves and trying to live their best life, that itself can make a huge
Yes,
positive impact on the world.
I
Yeah,
agree. I
yeah.
absolutely agree. Um, is there anything else that you wanna say about your business to help to like I know you said you're on Facebook, so people can find you through there, but,
Mhm.
I just wanna make sure you feel like, I want our audience, if they're interested in learning more about energetic, how can they get a hold of you?
Through my Facebook page, so I do offer 5 free sessions.
Okay.
So if they're interested, they can just DM me on my Facebook, and I
Okay.
can tell them more about it. Yeah.
I'll put it in the show notes and things like that. So are you actively being seen by a rheumatologist? Have you gone back and gotten your labs done recently? What
Um,
do they look like?
yeah, I've seen actually just recently, maybe a couple weeks ago, and I'm supposed to go get some labs just to check to make sure. And I have another appointment next in 1 year from now. So yeah,
Everything's looking good.
everything's looking good. She was like, "Oh my, you must have a very great stressless, low stress life. I mean, low stress year."
Ugh.
Like I was like, "No, this year has been
Do you,
actually been really horrible."
oh no.
Yeah.
Do you think that the rheumatologist, do you tell her about what you're doing to help manage your symptoms?
Um. Well, I don't go into the energy thing because I don't know how she feels about it because not a lot of
Yeah.
people are open to it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
I
mean,
have
I
to.
find they really don't want to hear about anything that
Yeah.
we do outside of take their
Yeah.
medications. And I've moved, so I've had several different rheumatologists over the last 16 years, and I just don't even mention it anymore because if I'm doing something, I feel like it's a waste of time. It's in one ear and out the other, and they don't think that some of the stuff that does help some people. Every body is different. So what works for me might not work for you, and what works for you might not work for me. But um, I think there's enough evidence out there that some of these things actually are very helpful and maybe not in like a full blown remission, but they help people feel better for sure. And
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
wish
Yeah.
there were rheumatologists were more open or any doctor that I've seen really to these alternative treatments.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
that's why it's important. We have other uh, practitioner or
Yes.
other options, and there's like
Uh-huh.
lots of information out there, and you just have to go out there and find it and be open. I think
Right.
sometimes that's a bit of uh blockage too, because people might not be open just because it's not as, like I said previously, like readily available, readily accepted by mainstream.
Mhm.
So there's a little bit more like you don't believe it more.
Yes, there's
Yeah,
more pushback for
skepticism.
sure,
Yeah,
skepticism.
skepticism. Yeah.
And I think too, I don't know what it's like in Canada, but it's pretty cost prohibitive for a lot of people here when we seek these naturopaths or um, any other more holistic type doctors. They're usually out of pocket. You have to pay a lot more money, and it's a lot more labs, and a lot of people don't um,
Hmm.
want to or can't afford to do it. So, but there's enough out there on the internet. It's almost information overload. You can feel really over bombarded with the stuff on the internet, but um, it's all worth trying because not trying isn't getting you any better either. So,
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for
you know,
sure. It's
do you anyone else in your family have any autoimmune diseases?
not that I'm aware of. That's why she was pretty surprised because I don't have a family history. So,
Yeah, yeah,
hmm.
that can be. I don't have a family history. I just found out this week that one of my mother's cousins had rheumatoid for 30
Hmm.
years, but I didn't know that. She's had it for 30 years. Um,
Okay.
oh, not this week, but this month. But lots of autoimmune in my family. So it's just
Right.
interesting, like who gets them and who doesn't, and
Mm,
why me and not my brother or my sister,
mm.
and it's probably has something to do with energy blockage and how we all deal with different things in our lives. And so I think it's very interesting.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's a I think it's a whole bunch of things too, right? It's just not one factor. It's a lot of them together.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's why like you just don't do one thing. You gotta like do almost like the diet and then heal your trauma and
Yes.
yeah.
I think that's a big thing, the
Uh-huh.
healing of the trauma.
Yeah.
Because I was like a perfect patient for like naturopaths and I
Hmm.
was eating nothing, like literally boiled chicken and broccoli at one point. Everything else was off the table. And, doing the acupuncture and doing the hot saunas and doing everything else that I could do. And I still was miserable. And then someone said to me, you need to work on the emotional part of this, the emotional energy working. And that's when the tapping stuff and, all of that.
EFT, right?
EFT, yeah.
I don't remember it.
I don't
Yeah,
remember it either.
emotional freedom technique. I think that's what it's called.
Yes, that
EFT. Yeah.
sounds like it.
Yeah, the
I'm so
one. Yeah.
bad at that stuff. I can't I don't know because we're busy with moms. Like sitting down and meditating, it's really
No.
hard. I can't do that stuff. I
Hmm.
tried. And you have to
Yeah.
be in the right space to do it.
Yeah.
I think, like you got to be ready and willing and able to do these things to get the full benefit of it. But I love your story, and I'm excited to share it with more people, and um, hopefully get you some business up there in Canada.
Ah, yeah.
Do you do everything like online, or do you do in
Yeah,
person?
yeah. I do everything online just because of time constraint too. Because I have a business, I have kids, and manage my health also. So
Hmm.
online saved me a lot of time.
Oh, for
And
sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
The managing of your health is grossly underestimated by people who actually have good health. They have no idea how much time and energy and finances and all goes into it when you're sick and you have these diseases. It's no joke. It's a full-time job on top of raising your kids and your full-time job sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It is, and it's something like I told you, right? Something people that said, "Oh, it can wait," but not
Not a good
not until the body's like, "Nope, no more," and then you're like,
Yeah.
you can't get out of bed.
What were some of the symptoms that you were kind of ignoring at the beginning?
Um, well, I have a lot of gut issues, so that's one of the not just for autoimmune, for everything. Everything seemed to be linked back to the gut issue.
Yeah.
So I I I was eating things I shouldn't be eating, and of course I have like symptom from that, but it's not enough. It's not debilitating enough, so
Yeah.
you just
Yeah,
continue
well,
to
it's
do
not
it.
inconvenient enough
Yeah,
for you
yeah,
to
yeah,
make a change.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So mostly a lot of that and a lot of stress too that I was not taking care of with that and also what yeah, I think mostly my gut that I have been ignoring and doing things that eating things I shouldn't be eating and aggravating it. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a big one. Yeah.
Do you still do, intermittent fasting?
Uh, I stopped for a while because I had some issues, so I had to stop for a bit. Uh, but I do want to start back on it because it really helps with there are some symptoms that I had quite frequently too. I just realized it has to do with my cycle.
Uh,
So I found intermittent fasting really helps with that. Um, so I do want to get back into it. Uh,
I've done it in my past as
yeah,
well, and I'm,
yeah,
like, a little nervous to do it now because now I'm 47,
yeah, yeah.
perimenopausal. They say it's harder, um, as you get older to do it, but, I mean, I would do, like, 3-day fasts before, and then I would do, like, intermittent fasting. I was, like, so big into it.
Oh,
Pro
really,
Probably
really?
not the best. I felt great after the 3-day fast, though. I had so much energy, I felt good, I wasn't bloated, my joints felt good, um, but it's mentally taxing too.
It is, it is, it
Yeah.
is. But I follow Dr. Mindy Paz. She talks about fasting specifically for women because for women, you have to fast differently because there's certain part of your cycle which
Yes.
fasting can is not good for. It's detrimental. So,
What's her name?
Dr. Mindy Paz.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, because you and I are definitely not doctors. We're just talking about our own life
Yeah,
experiences
yeah,
here.
yeah,
We
yeah,
are
yeah,
not
yeah.
trying to get anybody to take any to do any treatments. Talk to your
Yeah,
doctors first.
yeah, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. I'm not a doctor. You do your diet, you do your exercise, and you're still not getting results. I offer that maybe your nervous system piece is the missing link.
It probably is. I mean,
Yeah. Mhm.
there's just I don't know. It can be exhausting trying to treat yourself, trying to heal yourself, trying to get better. Your nervous system is one of the biggest systems in your body, right? Like, there's no way it's not all. I think I'm a true believer that everything is connected. It's all
It
connected.
is. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's part of the problem that we have now is that no doctors look at you as a whole person. They just look at you as someone with rheumatoid, somebody with diabetes,
Mhm.
somebody with heart disease. You don't have one doctor who's like, "Oh, you are an actual person with lupus and Sjögren's, and you have all of these things going on, and maybe I don't know what else you might have or don't have." But no one's actually looking at you as a whole person. They're just treating whatever their specialty is, and that makes it frustrating for those of us who don't have a medical degrees and don't understand all of this. It's very difficult.
It is, and we have to like go out and look for answer ourselves. It's
Yeah.
it's
You have to advocate for
yeah,
yourself because they
yeah.
don't if you have labs drawn and you don't hear from the doctor, it doesn't mean that they were great. It just means the doctor didn't call you. You have to, like, look at your labs, see what they say, and then call the doctor back. That's how it is here. They just unless it's something really bad, you might have 1 or 2 things that come back elevated or whatever, and then I don't hear from the doctor until I see her again in 4 months, and she's like, "Oh, that was a little bit elevated." It's like, no one looked at that for 4 months.
It's not urgent.
It's not urgent, but it's
Yeah,
my life, and I don't feel
yeah,
good. It's urgent to
yeah,
me,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
I'm tired all the time. Well, my ferritin is low because my iron is low. So of course I'm tired, but no one's going to tell me that because it's not like that big of a deal. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
it can be frustrating.
It is frustrating. And you mentioned the lab is good, right? So I want to also, for the like the doctor, they look at lab and people, the lab come back clear, and people, they're like, oh, I'm okay. But the thing is, um, just because your lab is good now doesn't mean you're good. Like it's just mean
That
the level
actual minute,
hasn't, yeah, yeah, it
yeah, that
hasn't
minute
reached a
that the
level. Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So
The minute that
yeah,
they drew your blood, you were
yeah,
okay. But that doesn't mean today you're okay. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, yeah,
or even
yeah,
it's,
yeah.
I don't know. The system is broken and it's really
Mm,
difficult.
mhm, yeah.
How do you feel about being a mother with autoimmune? Has that changed how you parent at all, or is there a shift in the household a little bit, or um
Um, to be honest, uh, I don't really feel much of a shift. More like maybe I do, because I did have a, it did scare me a bit. So it kind of like, oh my God, I need to be present
Mhm.
with my family and spend more time with them. So it did help me be more consciously present when I play with them and take them out, and just spend more time with not even just my kid, with my parents too. I make the intention to go see them frequently, because um nobody
It puts
knows
things
how
into
long. Yeah,
perspective. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
For sure. Um no, I feel the same way. I try to enjoy the smaller moments with
Hmm.
my kids and my
Yeah.
friends and family when I can, and mm, put out some of the negativity that comes with this as much as I possibly can. Um, but there's also some positives that have come out of this. I've said it before on my podcast, but like I wouldn't have a podcast. I wouldn't live in South Carolina where we've relocated to get out of the cold of the Boston weather.
Ah.
I couldn't handle it anymore.
Yeah,
Not all of it has been bad, and I'm trying to find the positive and share the positives, um, because it's not. I mean, I would give it away in a minute. I don't love having it or whatever, but
of course not. Yeah,
if I could, I would get rid of it. But
yeah.
I can now take a step back. I've had it for 16 years and say,
Wow.
you know what? This happened because of it. And I'm grateful for that. So, um, and that, I guess that maybe that is a little bit of healing and maybe some inner energy work that I did somewhere along the line. Didn't realize I was doing it.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Let it
For
go.
sure. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Well, Tita, thank you so much for being on the show today. I've really enjoyed getting to know you and listening to energy healing work. I'm definitely going to do some research into this. I think it's an interesting topic. And is there anything else you wanted to say to the listeners?
Think I've said it all.
Said it all. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
Don't no, actually, you know what? Don't wait for a diagnosis to take care of yourself, because
Yes.
once you're given the label, it's you can like almost too late. So
Yes, I
that's when the
agree.
damage is already done. So
Hmm.
yeah, and you don't need to wait for a diagnosis to take care of yourself with like, because I know that with autoimmune, sometimes it takes a long time.
Hmm.
But I didn't wait for diagnosis. I went and took care of.
Change things. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
And that's a good thing as a mother. You you know, your kids witnessed that. They saw that
Mhm.
you had a scary moment and you made some changes, and the hard work you put into it has uh, paid off because you do feel better. Your blood work is all good. Your rheumatologist thinks you're doing great, and so that's all proof to your kids. I always try to think about how can we use these things as parenting tools and teaching moments to our children, and that's a really great one. Try different things and don't just sit around and wait for things to get better. You have to be an active participant in your own health and life. for sure.
Yeah. Don't wait.
Don't wait.
Now, now is the time. Like even with life too, like that scare too is like, don't wait for life to get quiet to enjoy it. Find the quiet. I mean, find the joy in the little moment, because big moments are rare,
They are.
but little
They are.
moments are everywhere.
And you'll miss the little moments when you
Hmm.
don't have them anymore, you know? I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
if God forbid something happens and you don't have that little moment you had with your parent or whoever, those are the things you'll miss and regret that you didn't enjoy as much in the actual moment. So I love it. Thank you so much for being here. I will put your Facebook in my show notes, so make sure people can reach out to you and get more information. Awesome. I'm going to. Before we wrap up today's episode, I just want to say thank you for being here and spending this time with me. If this conversation resonated with you, it would mean so much to me if you'd follow or subscribe to the Autoimmune Mom podcast wherever you're listening, and take a minute to leave a review. It really helps other moms who are navigating autoimmune disease find this space. And if you know of another mom who might need to hear this message, please share the episode with her. You can also connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Autoimmune Mom Podcast, where I share encouragement, resources, and up-to-date updates on new episodes. And don't forget, you can download my free Autoimmune Mom Survival Guide using the link in my bio on my socials. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and I'll see you next week at the Autoimmune Mom Podcast. Take care of yourself, Mama. Your health matters too.